Hello everybody, welcome back to a Wizard101 PvP video. In today's video, we will be playing on the Fire and talking about why Fire is absolutely busted right now and is actually the best school in the game. Now, before I even get into this, I do want to talk about my tier list I made in terms of like a prediction for the meta, and I was wrong. There were some things I was not accounting for, and I probably will update that tier list here shortly, but I figured since, Fire is a very, no pun intended, actually, you know what, pun intended, hot topic right now, I should probably make this video. So right now on my Fire, I think my record is like 20-2 or something like that. Where do I even find my record? Oh my god. How can I get Warlord but not even find my record? Yo, this is actually like really embarrassing. Oh my god. Oh my god, where is it? Okay, here we go, dude. Okay, so 19-2 this season, and out of those 21 games I played, 15 of them were Fire mirrors. Okay, if that doesn't tell you like how OP Fire is right now, that like everyone is playing it, like I don't know what will. For my two losses, one was a Fire Mirror where I didn't critical, so I lost, and the other one was a very blatant 1 a.m. Q snipe. I'm talking like Lith packing like 20, well, it wasn't 20, but like at least 13 fire set shields at 1 a.m. Like the most crazy thing I've seen in a long time in terms of, Q sniping and whatnot. Why is Fire so good right now? Well, Fire got a pretty good stat buff along with some other schools this update, and I'll show you the stats right now. Just look through them at the moment. But they are very nice, and you can get like 71 Pierce as well, which is just like absolutely bonkers crazy. The setup I'm running, I actually borrowed it from a friend, and then I changed what I didn't like out of that setup, and I made a new pet, which is this one. And now most people are copying my setup right now because my Fire has done very, very well. I think my Fire and Death are both like top 5 right now on the leaderboard, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so it's a pretty good setup, and you don't really take any losses for your stats, I would say. And the nice thing about Fire too, y'all, this update, it's very accessible, right? Like you could swap out this hat for the other one, or you could swap this hat for the A-bomb hat and then run the raid boots instead. So very flexible, and both of the stats are pretty good. Then this is the deck I am running currently at the moment. I could obviously adjust things a little bit, but this is what has worked pretty well for me so far. Now, I do want to talk about why Fire is so good right now. Okay, so essentially, the entire meta is trap reliant because the devs decided to put hit and feints in the game, like Brimstone, like Keeper, right? So Fire gets to benefit from this because they get to use Brimstone and Catch the Day, and you can't really debuff it because if you weakness, they'll Snowman or just hit through it. And if you shield, you'll just get nuked by a Fire art, and there's nothing you can do, right? And you can't trade with a Fire because either you won't have a Brimstone to do back, or you just don't get the feints, right? Because it's cool diff, I guess, right? So Fire has the most offense in the game, very good stats, very good DPP and whatnot. And then on top of that, you don't really have any counter matchups right now, right? Like, you beat Storm in 3 rounds. I'll put this in perspective. I played a Storm where they got a Max Bolt, a whole open buffed Owl. I fizzled my Snowman, and I still won. And this guy wasn't even a terrible player, by the way. As for life, I would say it is a tricky matchup, but if you pack enough heal counters, which obviously I'm packing a lot, and you have to get Storm Rat, y'all, this card is meta defining in terms of healed Jade counters and whatnot. This will absolutely stop any life who's playing regular. So very, very good. I haven't lost to a life on my Fire, actually. I think I got like 3 or 4 of them, and I beat them all, and like I never got below like 6k health, 7k health at all. So very good. Just pack like, 6 to 8 main deck heal clears with her shuffled inside, and you'll do just fine. So yeah, your counter matchups don't really even counter you anymore. and then you're pretty good against balance because you just, again, you just bully the ever-living shit out of them. And then for ice, again, you just kind of bully them. Same thing with myth, right? I played a myth or two, and I just literally killed them in like 5 rounds, kind of similar to storm, right? But myth is a little more tanky than storm, so it's a little longer. But you just kill them so fast, and they can't even compete. Fire's worst matchup right now, actually, in my opinion, is Death. That is the one where it's just really awkward, and there's not really a whole lot you can do because Death is just oppressive in general, because they kind of have everything kind of similar to what like old balance was the past like year or two. So because you can't really do much against Death, and it's pretty oppressive, I think that's why it's the most challenging matchup right now, you know? That being said, I would say you're probably one of the best schools against Death right now because your traps and your S'more dot is absolutely insane, which is very nice that you have an answer to Death. So usually what I do against Death is you just really need to try to exhaust their pips, you know what I mean? And then just go hyper aggro. Also, something fun to do if you have a lot of pips, you could like fuel, and they'll probably immolate, and then you can just like Leviathan the immolate, assuming you both have pips, right? And that'll put you ahead, which is pretty cool. Then yeah, I just kind of spam Snowman, and if they do go for the Shad Reader, which is pretty overpowered right now, I have 2 purges in. I don't really need 3 because they're not going to do it more than twice a game. Because by then, either I'm dead or they're gonna die. So yeah, I mean, Fire is just absolutely nuts right now. And I've honestly been having a great time playing the Fire, y'all. And I told you guys this before the update, right? If you're a Storm player, don't play Storm. You know, hop on the Myth or the Fire. In this case, it's Fire. And oddly enough, Fire feels the most like Storm ever since the Betrayal meta, which was about, what, 3 years ago now, I want to say. It's so weird. It's so weird, right? But again, I'm not going to rant about the devs, and they don't know what they're doing as Storm and whatnot. That's not the point of this video. But if you play Fire right now, the way I play it, like, you actually just feel like a Storm. And dude, it feels so good, man. It feels so good, you know? So I'm very happy with the Fire this season. There's a reason that, you know, 75% of the queue right now is just Fire. Absolutely insane. There's not really anything you can do against Fire. But yeah, that is the gear and deck setup. Again, if you want this stuff first before I make videos, same thing with the other gear sets. I always post it in my Discord a couple of days before I make these videos, so be sure to join the Discord. You guys have the gear and deck setup, and we talked about why Fire is extremely good. If I missed anything, let me know in the comments below. I will answer the question for you. And yeah, I'll probably have a match here at the end for y'all to watch, and, you know, hopefully some decent commentary and whatnot. I will have some more guide videos coming up on the channel for y'all in the coming weeks, so definitely look out for those. I think the next school I'm gonna make is probably Death, and I need to decide who I want to get Warlord on next after the Death. I don't really know. My Fire and Death are already Warlord for the season, so I guess let me know what school y'all want to see next in the comments. But yeah, like and sub, enjoy the gameplay. See you on the next one. Of course, another Fire Mirror. Holy cow, there's way too many of these in the game right now, man, let me tell you. Alright, so this matchup really just comes down to how you manage your pips and whoever s'mores first. I also don't like the Brimstone at all in this matchup. I don't really think it's worth it, in my opinion. If they Brim you first, you just emote first and be better off, but that's just what I think about it. At the moment, we will see what this guy does, of course. We will see. Is that a blade again? Yeah, okay. So, do I want to get a pip to Brim? Possibly. I don't really need this. I don't really need that. I could shield here. I think I am going to. I got a nice pip. He can't S'more right now. I could weak. But I'd rather force an art, because then he doesn't have pips to do anything. So if I do weakness here, it is the best move if I don't pull the Impair. It just is what it is. Okay, I did pull the Impair. Nice. So I think I'm gonna get rid of that and do that for now. Now he could catch of the day, but I would just pull for a disarm then. Or maybe I get a trap aura here. We'll see. Steel Pip is also really good. Blade again. Yeah, so he's playing very well. He's keeping his pips up high. I should just weakness here. I don't need a Steel Pip. It's kind of too far gone for that. So we'll do that. Cancel that blade out. Try to run out the aura. Get pips to levy. The, whatever it's called. I guess I'll keep that. That's not bad either. Alright, we will see what he does here. Should be an incoming catch. I mean, I guess I have a s'more, and he doesn't, so he kind of has to respect that, actually. I didn't even... Yeah, there's the random aura, that's why I kept it. He's playing very aggressive, so that's kind of why I figured he would do it, in case you're wondering. So let's do that. Now I have pips to levy. And I still have that s'more pressure. We are also running out his aura, should be gone pretty soon. So I need to be hitting kinda soon here. I don't need a trap aura. Brim is also really good. I don't need 2 arts. Okay, honestly really, really good hand here. Yeah, this is why shads are really important on a fire. The fact that I can just pressure him so hard right now is so much value, right? Okay, so he has what? 1, 2, 3 on an art. So it's 2 technically. So if I s'more first, I think I'm gonna brim here actually. I kind of like that more. I don't know why. I feel like this into something is better. If I go for a s'more, he get levy into a s'more and I'm kind of cooked. So I kind of like that. But we'll see what he does here. Furnace is really good, obviously. It's a double buffed art here, pretty much. The blade gets cancelled by the weakness, and then he has the furnace and the trap aura. Right, so it'll do a good bit for him. He actually sent the Ammut through the shield. Interesting. So double buff the Ammut through the shield. Very interesting. Now, I guess if I Ammut here, he does have the trap aura though. Right? And if I furnace, I mean he would s'more, right? Byard is levy. So yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that. I could just levy his s'more and then take my s'more, which I think I'm pretty happy with. This is good. Catch is also really good. Okay, a lot of good moves here. He's playing pretty good for a knight. Better than I would expect, but I guess everyone's kind of just copying everyone this early on into the meta anyways. No trap aura. Does he s'more? Yeah, so he took a s'more. I get why he did it. It's technically a better trade here. But if it's not like a fainted s'more, I usually am okay with tanking one. Like, yeah, it sucks for now. But I can levy. Obviously, it's not going to do, what was that, 4.4. And then he has 1,000 right away with the OT. So, about like 5.4 burst. But the weaknesses are pretty good. At least. And then I have a crap ton of pressure out of this, right? Not to mention the pact is doing like, what, 1,600 to him? So if I do this and keep like a brim s'more pressure, or just take my own s'more when he doesn't have pips to levy, it's pretty good, I would say. It's pretty good. And yeah, obviously I'm not worried about dying for quite some time now. 5.7 is pretty good. I have a lot of offense on him. We'll see what he does here. If he towers, I think I'll just catch... No, large s'more. Large s'more. What? No. I'd brim into a s'more. That's what I would do. Yeah, pull for that in case he trap auras here. Then you could catch into a s'more. I don't think I care about him brimming anymore. I mean, maybe I do. Maybe I do. I mean, I wouldn't die to a brim in anything, though. Weakness? Yeah. So we're gonna brim here. It's just the best move by far. This into a s'more kills him. And then if he weaknesses or shields here, we just take the s'more, right? Because it's so good. It's kind of what I talked about in the intro of the video. I think you just get to a point because of how powerful your Pierce, DPP, and the feints are on a fire, where you'll just hit through. I mean, it does 2.5 or whatever for 5 pips, so it's pretty good. Pretty good. I would snowman if I were him. Yeah, there's a tower. So usually I'd have to wait till 8 pips, so it's not a bad move. But because of how broken the s'more is right now, I can just kind of take it and deal with it, right? 70 pierce, 2.5k damage. He just gets fried through the shield. Like, I think this does 4k base through a tower. We'll see here. And then the overtime is going to do about, I think, about 1200 per round. So really, really good stuff here. Not to mention that pact is going to do a lot. Yeah, 4.2 right there, so I was pretty close. And between the 3 dots right away, I want to say it's about 1200 per round. And yeah, I'll take 1600 from my pact, so I'm basically at 4k right now, but he can't do 4k without the shad, right? So I don't think he can win anymore, considering it's just he doesn't have the DPS to win. And those are going to kill him in a round or 2. So yeah, he's going to levy back. Worse than my levy, though, more importantly, right? But he should just be 1 HP out of this. So really all I have to do is just blade into an immolate. Pretty much, I think, right? So yeah, I just need to keep on the offense here because he can't kill me. But I can kill him. So, what's he at? Oh, 6 health. This probably just kills him. Wait, does it? Oh my god, that actually be like kind of funny. No way. Wait, but doesn't this end my pact? Wait, am I about to take 4k backlash? Oh crap. Okay, well, he's dead. Okay, I just win. Oh, dude, yeah, that backlash is really buggy with how that works with the packs and all. I wish they made that more transparent, but like I feel like I don't even fully understand it, like how you take backlash with like ties and stuff. But yeah, that's a fun one here. So off to a good start for sure, but because we just got control first, it was fine, you know? Like, obviously, he had a pretty good s'more there, but I was ready to give up some space, I guess. Because he had no pips, he overextended himself, he had to debuff. But at that point, with the feint out, right? Not to mention the furnace too, by the way. With the feint out, I can just hit through a shield or a weakness. I do so much damage. Right, so, yeah, fire's cracked, bro.